Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to our ongoing Operation Freedom Health and Wellness series featuring one of the top nutritional experts in our country and around the world, Brett Bashawati. Our goal is about empowerment, education, and enlightenment that ultimately leads to your health and wellness without involving the medical industrial complex. Big insurance, big hospital, big medicine like the AMA, big government. I think we've all come to the conclusion now, safely, although some have been very reticent to come to this conclusion, that if we start looking back to 2019 to the present, those entities, big hospital, big medicine, AMA, big insurance, and big government, did everything in their power to harm you. True. And this entire series is focused on empowerment of you and your own body's inherent ability to heal, to fix itself. We have a tremendous amount of information, thanks to Brett Bashawati, on our website, operationfreedomhealth.com. It's all free, all free. From the 12 Bad Foods video, the very top, to all the content. And there's no sense talking about issues if we don't provide you tested, scientifically verified products that have found to be effective on the topics we discuss. They are also available on the website. Now, full disclosure, purchase of the products does support this platform. But this is a platform that keeps on giving to you. Example, this week through November 3rd, 2025, 30% off on the foundation pack, the foundation of what we talked about, the 90 nutritional support supplements that are there to focus on your health and well-being. And then, if you do purchase, it makes you eligible for a raffle to get a free foundation pack. Now, in addition to the educational component, if you do order through operationfreedomhealth.com, it's not like you order and no, you're gone. You are sent a weekly email of an issue to educate you on health and wellness. Brett oversees that. He also holds a seminar on Thursdays, free. And he also provides a service, free, a consult service. Go to the bottom of the page on operationfreedomhealth.com and hit contact. You can set up an appointment with Brett to talk about your nutritional well-being. I don't know what else we can do. Well, I guess we could actually mix up the foundation pack for you and pour it into your mouth. I guess we could do that, but that's not very practical. But that's why we don't provide. Today we're going to talk about the hidden reason why you're tired or you're moody or you're craving sugar. Now, if you're already on the foundation pack, you're not in that group. But if you're not on the foundation pack, well, that's probably why you're tired and moody and craving sugar. For those of you not familiar with Brett, he is a godsend to anyone that focuses on health and wellness. He took over as CEO of the Good Herbs Company in 2005 and expanded the company's vision by developing My Total Nutrition. Brett has over 40 years of experience in product development and manufacturing, and Brett has played a pivotal role in advancing natural health products based on, and this is the key, clinically verified, scientifically based research. It's my privilege, pleasure, and honor to welcome back Brett Bashawati. Brett, welcome back.
Dr. Jana, great to be back.
All right. For all those, all globalists, by the way, are tired, moody, cranky, and craving sugar. They also crave death and destruction and war, but let's hope. So for those that are not globalists, that are tired, moody, and craving sugar, what's going on, Brett?
All right. So everyone talks about how sugar is the antichrist, right? Don't eat your sugar because it can cause all these problems. Well, there's a problem with that because sugar actually is the preferred fuel of the human body.
Mhm.
It is so much preferred that the human body's DNA is made from sugar. The most best and successful energy that the body utilizes is sugar. So what's happened over the last 100 years? Why has this gone so rampant? And it's not the sugar you get in your fruits, and it's not the sugar you get in your vegetables,
Mhm.
because here is the key component is fruits and vegetables have cofactors to the sugar that's already in there. And one of the main cofactors in fruits and vegetables is chromium.
Mhm.
Chromium is needed in the body
Mhm.
to then open the cell doors so the glucose can enter into the cell and then be used as energy. It fuels the body. Well, then they made refined sugar. And refined sugar, when they make it, what is the first thing they pull out of it?
Chromium.
Chromium.
Yeah.
Right. So
Oh.
you lose the buffer. You lose what nature and God intended when we ingest sugar to be utilized. So it's become a really bad problem. The other thing is our fruits and vegetables are so under nutrified because we don't have minerals in the soil that they don't taste good. So how do they make them taste better? They add sugar to it
Mhm.
to make them sweeter. Well, if the full spectrum of minerals were in our soil, those fruits and vegetables would taste totally different. And you wouldn't have to add anything to them to make them taste better. So we've become very dependent on sugar, sugar, sugar overload, but without the cofactors, the buffers, to be able to utilize it properly. So how does this kind of work? And this was actually, and this is mind-boggling, this was discovered in the 50s. It wasn't like this was discovered 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It was discovered over 70 years ago. And it was a study that Dr. Mertz, who was a medical doctor, that he could actually give rats diabetes and he could reverse the diabetes by either giving them chromium or withholding chromium on a high carbohydrate diet. So, how is that the key? Well, here's how the body works. We ingest a carbohydrate. That carbohydrate turns into glucose. That glucose enters into the blood.
Mhm.
The central nervous system sends a signal to the pancreas to bring insulin. Everyone's familiar with insulin. Insulin is the carrier of the glucose to the cell. Well, if that cell is depleted or deficient of chromium, when they ring the doorbell, there's no key, so the door doesn't open.
Right.
So what happens? It gets sent back up to the blood system. The central nervous system says, hey, pancreas, we got too much glucose. You need to handle it. So then more insulin is sent to grab it. Instead of ringing the doorbell when we get an uptake of insulin, it just knocks down the door and the cells start to break. And this is why you see people with high levels of sugar in their blood will start getting neuropathy, start losing eyesight, because now the cell walls are being broken down by too much insulin
Mhm.
that is being sent by the pancreas. So here's all you have to do is if the body is fully nutrified with chromium, and then there's another mineral called vanadium makes the insulin more efficient to deliver the glucose. Then we have the cell door that opens, glucose enters the cell. But here's the kicker, you can't just use vanadium and chromium, because when the glucose is in the cell, there's 26 other nutrient components the cell needs to process that glucose into energy. So if you're deficient in those, then we can't process it. You don't have the energy and it doesn't work that well. This is the whole theory behind the foundation pack. We give every single nutrient component that the human body needs to fix itself and to run optimally. And when it does that, great things happen. So, do you think the 26 other nutrients are inside the cell? Yes. Do you think there's chromium and vanadium in the foundation pack? Yes. So we can get a whole broad spectrum. And when we see that, and we don't have glucose running rampant in the bloodstream, then we see that people's focus improves dramatically. Their attention doesn't go from one place or another. Their adrenal fatigues, because high levels of sugar in the blood will just wipe out your adrenal glands, robbing you of energy. Night sweats can be caused by too much glucose in the blood. Obesity, can't lose weight because it's creating fat cells to hold all that glucose. That becomes a huge problem if we're not absorbing the glucose. So all these other factors can go and you get extreme tired. Then you have these little, I eat a meal, I get a spike of energy and then it just crashes down. And I get, because we're not utilizing the nutrient properly because you're deficient in vanadium and chromium. Upload that, and boy, life becomes a lot better. Energy goes up, and you're not dependent on a foreign substance like caffeine or guarana to give you stimulated energy, which is a false energy. Feed the body the proper nutrients so the body can produce its own energy, which is an organic way to be energized. And it's a calming energy.
Now, Brett, this is one of the things I see. Folks say, well, I don't think I need all 90 because I eat organically and I have it, I don't need, so this makes sense. And you know what? I do get tired and I am moody and I do crave sugar. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do all 90 in the foundation bag. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep eating my organic stuff, even though we have studies from 100 years ago that you've spoken about, that back 100 years ago, that was presented to Congress in DC, that, wait a minute, there's not enough nutrients in the soil 100 years ago, let alone now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep eating organically, and I'm just going to go out and buy myself some chromium, this fractionated nutrition is called. I'm just going to take that. Okay, Brett, address that.
Yeah. So you're kind of playing Russian roulette when you do it that way. Maybe not. You get the nutrients from your organic food. The problem, if it's not in the soil, it's not in the food. If it's not in the food, it's not in our system.
Right.
So I'd rather not play Russian roulette and make sure I have all the nutrients the body needs. Remember, the body's very complex, just like a car is very complex. I can have everything in a car perfect, but let's say my left rear tire is deflated. Car's not going to run that well. And that's only one thing off on the car. Human body's the same thing. You miss one of the 90 essential nutrients, the body is going to fail you and it won't run optimally. So let's say I did that and I get the chromium. Fantastic. You just opened up the glucose receptors of the cell. The problem is that glucose can enter in the cell, but if it's not manufactured properly, then we still have the same problems. So we have to make sure the body has all 90 essential. The reason they're essential is the body cannot produce it. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be ingested every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
when it's ingested every single day, that's when true health really enters the individual.
So, Brett, educate our listeners on your Thursday seminar, your consult services that you provide free of charge, and the email service.
Yeah. So as long as you participate and true power, and I really believe this, true power is not education. True power is then educating and then applying that education you learn. So as long as you are participating, we are going to participate with you. So you will get continuing education emails all the time. We're giving all kinds of different nutrients, all kinds of different data points so you can better take control of your own health. Then on Thursday mornings, we have our continuing education Zoom calls that you are more than welcome to participate. They are a lot of fun. You will see hundreds of people like-minded like you that are looking for ways to make their bodies more optimal. We had a great one this past Thursday. We had Breathe Easy, the whole respiratory support. So we went over the whole respiratory system, how it can break down, how it can thrive, and it was a lot of fun. Plus, you also get the opportunity. We want to make sure that you are applying everything to the best of your capability. You can make an appointment. You will directly talk to me. You can also email support@mytotalnutrition.com and we will answer your questions. And there are thorough answered questions. If our support team are unable to answer those questions come right to me and I will make sure that they are answered truthfully and right to the point with a full protocol for you. So we are here to service you the best that we can.
And with the huge problems, and there are huge problems. I mean, all you have to do is look at the layoffs that are occurring just this week that were announced by the tens of thousands.
Mhm.
With the huge problems in the economy, this is why we're doing the special offer. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so this weekend, take advantage of this because we're so confident that you're going to love this. That not only are we giving 30% off of the foundation pack this weekend, but we're also, when you purchase this weekend of the foundation pack, you'll be entered into a raffle that your next foundation pack, if you win, will be free on Operation Freedom Health. Our gift to you because we want you to have the same experience that over 10 million other people that have entered into the 90 essential formula. We want you to feel that same way just as they feel today. And I can't imagine when I'm not just a spokesperson. I'm also a customer.
Yeah,
Like
so much.
when I miss my foundation
Oh,
pack,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can feel it. I know Dr. Janda can feel the same thing. And then when there's bumps in the roads, we have other alternatives that you can turn to that you can add to help the foundation do its job. And that's when we can turn to herbal therapeutics. So you get a whole broad spectrum of exactly what the body needs to take care of itself.
Well, let's just give a brief example. This past week,
Yep.
got food poisoning. Okay. I mean, bad food poisoning. And I contacted Brett. I said, "Hey, Brett, I am just a volcano on the top end here because I got food poisoning." And Brett said, "Well, tell him what you told me."
Yeah. So we turn to one of my favorite herbs, Super Olive Health. This is olive leaf extract that we turn to. And I told Dr. Janda, hey, you're going to take a teaspoon every 2 hours until the symptoms turn off. And I bet you he didn't even get to 4 teaspoons.
No, I did.
How
I did.
many?
What? Two.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the beautiful thing, and science also validates this, is super olive health can do the exact same thing as an antibiotic, but without destroying your digestion. So it does not rob the body of flora
In the gut.
as it just goes in, and science has already shown us how it can assist the immune system. And when it does that, it works with your body. It doesn't hijack your body to suppress the symptoms. It actually helps the body to upregulate its immune system to usher the unwanted guests that are inside the body. And it could be a microbial, it could be a parasite, it could be a fungus, it could be bacteria, it could be whatever, but it is shown scientifically and clinically validated that super olive health can be a power in your arsenal that is delivered from nature and God.
Brett Bashawati, I'd like to thank you for everything you have done, are doing, and will do. Folks, you can join us at OperationFreedomHealth.com. Tremendous amount of free public information there, the 12 Bad Food video, the information on various products, on various conditions. Join us. Join us. There's nothing holding you back. other than yourself. What we try to do is provide you an avenue for health and wellness that both Brett and I have benefited from. How's this? Was that old commercial go? Try it, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, try it. You'll probably love it. Until next time, Dave Jana signing off. Thank you for joining us. Until the next time, dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for being with us today. And please network this to all those you know and love. Thanks for your time.